Hello again everyone. So this time we're going to have a look at the extended version of the Fury. We're going to stab this lovely lady in the chest, then we're going to see what different paths the Fury gives us. I also want to show you something pretty cool I found on the Slay the Princess wiki after I played through everything. It was under real world references, and it says one of the instructions given for the voicing of the tower, so this character, was Dommy Mummy. So before you heavily judge, or if you go back to watch how I was with her before, that there came from the creators, so you can hush your mouth and get off your judgmental soapbox. Anyway, let's get back to my mama.
Despite the pain, you manage to keep yourself in one piece, at least for now.
What a pitiful display. A wounded little bird, thinking it can defy a god. It doesn't have to be like this. It doesn't have to hurt so much. You can choose a gentle end. You can choose to leave that punctured vessel for the next.
I'm sorry I have to kill you, but I still love you, Mummy.
Or you can pathetically struggle against yourself until the floor of this temple is painted with the bloody impressions of your futility.
You continue to approach the princess, even as the repeated gouges of your blade expose bone and muscle to the open air of the basement. You know, this will be a lot easier if you gave us a hand. My influence only goes so far, and I can only juggle so many things at once. The best I can do right now is to continue to drive you forward. Believe me, this whole ordeal would be so much easier if I didn't have to contend with free will.
You're the one making things difficult. You're the one making us hurt. She doesn't want to hurt us. She's just doing what she has to.
Stop.
As you finish crossing the room, you fall to your knees at the princess's feet, your chest heaving as your blood pools in the crevices of the stone floor, the coppery taste coating your throat. The princess kneels down, lifting your chin with her finger as her face lowers to yours.
Your devotion is misplaced. You've surrendered to delusion. But something about your defiant spirit speaks to me. You are different than you were before. Perhaps, if you've learned your lesson, I can spare you from the release of death. There's a place at my side for you, if you'll have it. Not as an equal, but as something worthy to be kept. A priest, perhaps, or a pet.
Well, that's the meaning, isn't it? Yes, how thoughtful of her.
She loves us very, very much.
It's a mercy. Take it. I think he's given up whatever say he had at the start of all this. At least one of you is sane. She's within striking distance, and she's only negotiating now because she knows you have what it takes to put an end to her. Seize the moment before it's too late.
I'm sorry.
Yes, though your body trembles, struggling to defend itself in the face of the princess's overwhelming will, you finally manage to break through, darting to her side before she can react. The wind of your freedom rushes through you, and you channel it into a decisive blow, stabbing into the soft flesh of her ankle and severing the tendons in an act of unyielding defiance. She falls to the floor, crashing unceremoniously to her knees. But you don't give her any time to recover. Your heart pounding with determination, you plunge your blade into her chest. As you find your target again and again, she laughs, crude emotion breaking through her once stony composure as your blade cuts.
That is still just as spooky.
We can do this, can't we? You always could. The decision to give you this task was not made lightly. You're here for a reason.
It's not too late to pick up the pieces. It's not too late to toss that blade aside and beg for forgiveness.
I'm not above begging to her.
Shut up.
Okay.
I can't believe you would actually strike me. You
heathen! You worm! You defiler! You don't know the consequences of your arrogance!
Before you can strike the final blow, the princess lashes out, knocking you off your feet. There's an unsettling wet pop as your spine breaks, numbness and pain spreading through your body. As you rebound towards the ceiling in a moment of disorientated lightness, she drives her fist into your chest. Your body is crushed as she pulverizes you into the floor, the ground itself breaking from the impact. You lie there, broken, beyond pain, unable to even see what she's done to you. But the princess is succumbing to her own wounds as well. She looks down upon her body in abject horror and disgust.
You made me use my hands. I can feel myself twisting into something new, something dull, something defiled. What have you done to me?
You're monsters and conspirators. I can't bear to watch this.
The princess has been nothing but cruel to you. You should feel liberated by her fall.
But I don't feel liberated. I feel empty.
There's always something else to put your faith in.
Aside from the pain, I feel fine. She collapses to the floor. Her glassy eyes watch, unblinking, yet somehow still full of anguish and fear, as the two of you perish together. I suppose we were never gonna get a happy ending here, were we?
Bye, 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 bye.
Don't let those be your final thoughts. You saved the world. That's worth something. I guess. Regardless of how you feel about it, it's finally over. Thank you. Everything goes dark.
We're going back
and you
to
die.
Meat World. Chapter 3, The Fury. So for those who don't know, I've got a really sensitive nose, and all I can think about in this area is how much it would stink.
You're on a path in the woods. And at the end of the path... Okay, what the hell is that?
Like serious, rotten ass garbage. I just don't know. The only thing I haven't seen here is like maggots, and if it did, like...
I think he's upset. And what's he got to be upset about? We just killed a god.
Exactly. You heathens destroyed the most beautiful thing that ever was, and ever will be.
Can't say I have much sympathy for you. She was bad for us and you almost got us killed. You're being too generous. He did get us killed. Alright, enough chatter. Got a thing I'm supposed to do, and if you don't mind, I'd like to do it without any more interruptions. Okay, great, you're listening. You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a... If your thing is telling us about the princess, don't waste your breath. We know all about her, and it's hardly a path in the woods at this point, is it? Look, if the world around you is changing, especially all the way out here, then that means you're nearing the point of no return. Whatever happens next, that's it. There won't be any more do-overs. So you'd better take things seriously.
The woods of meat are completely normal, trust me. So we ran through a couple of these options the last time.
So
I got
what,
up to
if
this
I'm
point,
speaking
so
my
I'm
mind,
just
it's not
checking
like
to see
I've
if there's
ever
anything
really
new.
gotten saying things.
What a crock of shit. Yeah, you stabbed us last time. Repeatedly.
It didn't even work. It doesn't count.
We died! If you didn't submit to her, for all we know, that wouldn't have happened.
It's the punishment you all deserved for not listening to me. To her.
Aside from our sulking friend, I don't think we have much to worry about. You're still the one in charge here, and I don't think that's ever gonna change. Second he tries something, I'll put a stop to it.
If we hit this point of no return you mentioned, then what happens?
Then what happens? Have you even been listening? It's the end is what happens. Yeah, but is there something after the end? How am I supposed to know? The end means finality. It's not like I can just peek on over to the other side and tell you what it's like there. If there even is a there. It doesn't matter because we're going to win. Now that's exactly the sort of mindset I like to see. Don't let yourself be consumed with self-doubt. Don't flirt with oblivion. Just focus on the present and everything will be absolutely fine.
Doubt. This is probably going to be more gruesome than ever now. Where?
Good. We're all on the same page. It isn't long before you find yourself at the end of the path, staring up at the cabin on the hill. You'll find the princess within, as I'm sure you already know. End her. That's it? No final words of advice? I'd rather not waste any more time. I'm sure that any advice I'd give at this point is something you've already heard.
If there's still a princess at the cabin, maybe we can salvage things. Maybe if we just grovel and apologize, things can go back to how they were before.
Oh, cut it out, will you? We need to be tough right now, and you're making it so much harder than it has to be, so stop whining. The interior of the cabin is a place that feels long forgotten. There was once an elegance to its construction, carved marble columns holding a high arched roof, vaulted windows letting in the weak starlight. But that is how it was. Now there is a growth that has overtaken it. A viscous fluid seeps from cracks in the stone walls, and it congeals into chaotic streaks of writhing nerves and wet clumps of living meat. That's horrible. You did this. The only furniture of note is a pulsating pedestal, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Right, let's grab the blade and head in.
You take the blade from the pedestal. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Good. Nothing feels better than gripping cold steel. You step forward and approach the door to the basement, hesitating before you open it. As if you don't see it. You really don't, do you? How strange. It's a bit grimy. Why don't we wipe it clean? Wipe what clean? Are you still on about that mirror? It's not real. I'd know about it if it were real. No, we can't doubt our eyes like that. It has to be real.
Smash it. Smash it to pieces. It's the only thing keeping us from her.
Don't you want to know what we'll see in there? We won't be able to see anything if we smash it. Nah, I'm with him on this one. Smash it! Let's get violent already. Do whatever you want with it. The mirror isn't real, so how you handle it doesn't matter, aside from wasting dangerous amounts of time.
Smosh it.
You bring your fist crashing down against the door leading to the basement. As if on command, it slowly slides open, scraping against the stone floor, its ancient hinges moaning as it reveals the dim path ahead. Why am I not surprised? You step forward into the darkness. The stairs leading down to the basement are at once both narrow and grandiose. A high vaulted ceiling stretches up into a gloom beyond your sight, while walls wet with tumorous growths press in uncomfortably at your sides. You feel both unprotected and trapped, at once exposed and claustrophobic. The air is thick, its odour an oppressive violence, the metallic scent of fresh blood twisting with the nauseating embers of charred remains. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour. Her voice, a bellowing rage, roars up the stairs.
Was severing the tendons of my ascension not enough for you? Was it not enough to rend my divine heart? Come, see the horrors you've wrought upon my flesh, and feel my hands set upon your throat. See how you've soured my once divine melody.
She's so angry with us. Why? Why did you desecrate her? Why couldn't I stop you?
You've got to stop thinking about her like that. It isn't doing anyone any good. She's not some untouchable god. She's an abomination, and we're going to put an end to her once and for all.
Whatever she is now is our fault. If she's an abomination, then what does that make us?
She was going to end the world
Double
last
abomination.
time. If I might interject, you didn't make her into an abomination. She's always been what she is. It's why you're here, and it's why your task is so important. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. The chamber's walls are painted in blood, a deep, sickening red that drips down in clotted streams onto the charred corpses that make up its floor. This place reeks of torment, of ripped skin and burning bone. princess stands in its center, muscles flayed and bare and weeping, draped in a tattered dress of her own skin. Her heart beats from its place in her open chest.
Do you know what I'm going to do to you?
There's not so much a moment of hesitation before she steps forward. Her chains pull taut, holding fast as she strains against them. The cuff around her wrist digs deeper into her skin. Blood drips from the place where metal meets flesh. And then, with a nauseating sound, the skin tears. It plops to the ground, and she pulls her red, glistening arm free from her bindings. She is loose, and she is coming for you.
Let her end it. It's the punishment you all deserve for what you did to her. It's the punishment I deserve for letting it happen.
Screw that, we can win. We've done it before and we'll do it again, only this time we'll make it out the other side. Hell, she's practically done most of the work for us.
What happened to you?
Time happened. You happened. But none of that matters. We're together again, and I'll have my pound of flesh.
She bounds across the room, her fists ready, her heart set upon your destruction. With a horrifying squelch, you are unwound. No, that's our stuff. She can't just do that. She just did. Unfortunate, I know, but reality is reality.
You should all just be grateful she's decided to keep us alive. Even in her defilement, she is merciful.
We're not out for the count just yet.
Okay, so this is all new. Let's have a look. You damn cheater, give me my insides back. Killed you last time. I swear on everything that I'm going to find a way to kill you again. I only killed you last time because you were going to end the world. We can talk ourselves back from this ledge. I'm sorry for what I did to you, but you did horrible things to me too. Where is all of this supposed to end? We can't just keep killing each other forever. Step forward, engage your enemy. First one, give him back.
But the words don't leave your metaphorical mouth. Instead, all that leaves you is a wet and horrible gurgling as tissue vibrates out of place. Our metaphorical mouth.
You don't have the means to speak anymore, do you? How tragic. It is tragic though, isn't it? I'm not satisfied dividing fear and indignation from your eyes alone. A quivering mound of flesh is no companion.
She snaps her fingers, and the basic form of a vocal system assembles before you.
Oh, it looks like a butthole.
Now, little bird, what was it you wanted to tell me?
I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry for what I did. I said give me my insides back, please. We have to stop hurting each other. What's your end game here? Are we supposed to keep torturing each other forever? Or engage enemy? Well, I did say give me my insides back.
Oh yes, because begging is going to help with this one.
Stop!
Better than the alternative. She's in control here. Without her mercy, there's nothing we can do.
I don't think she wants to give us mercy.
I didn't think I'd see you begging so quickly. How pathetic. In another life, I might have even thought it was adorable. But all it does now is fill me with contempt.
Just submit already. What is there left for us to do?
Submit or seize control of your broken body and lay waste to your foe. I'm saving then giving up.
Yes, it is hopeless. This is what we deserve.
Pathetic. I can't believe we have to share a body.
Let's see how deep we need to dig to find the defiant little spark of your soul. This will hurt you.
Something infiltrates you. Though you do not see it, you feel it, slithering into your disaster of a body, seeping into the gaps between your molecules. The body of a sapient creature has, on average, 30 trillion cells, and each one of those cells is composed of 100 trillion some odd atoms. One of those cells is peeled from the others. 100 trillion atoms, are gone.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
Yes? I think. Then 2 are peeled away. Then 4. This is nothing! Nothing! 8, 16, 32, 64.
Whatever is happening to us, it's happening faster.
128, 256, 512.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
1024, 2048, 4096, 8192.
I feel small. Smaller than before.
16,384, 32,768, 65,536. You can't just count us into oblivion.
What the fuck is happening?
131,072, 262,144, 524,288. What happens when it gets higher? Like, really higher? Nothing. Just like nothing's happening now.
But something is happening now. Something in us is liquefying. Something that started small but that keeps getting bigger.
1,048,000. The hundreds don't matter anymore.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
2,096,000. 4,192,000.
When is this gonna stop?
8,384,000. I don't like this waiting.
Waiting for something to happen. But it's taking so long.
16,768,000. 33,536,000. 67,072,000. Your eyes are useless. 134 million. The thousands don't matter anymore. Your blood begins to go places it shouldn't.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
There's the pain. I can feel it now. But we can handle this. We can't let her win.
We can't handle anything. We're at her mercy.
268 million. We don't need to count anymore. Your lungs fill with liquid. You smell things you shouldn't. You choke on pieces of what used to be you. Doesn't matter, because we're still alive. You are deconstructed. You are reconstructed. A square you, a round you, a you with too many legs, a you with many mouths which won't stop screaming. Then all of it pressed into a ball, tightly packed into the size of a fist. What does you even mean anymore? We just keep changing into horrible things we can't control. Make it stop, please. Make it stop. You means we exist. There has to still be a way for us to win. Otherwise this would be pointless, and all this torture would be for nothing.
You're right about one thing. It is torture. But it isn't pointless. The whole point is that it's torture.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
No.
Yes. The ball is unraveled into the shape of a body. The skin peels off in a corkscrew. The eyes are plucked. The organs arranged in the air in a neat row.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
No.
Yes. You are stretched into a line 12 feet long, then 24, then 48. The line gets thinner as you get longer. A mile. 2. 4, 8.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
Yes. 16, 32. 64. No. And then, all at once, there is a great rewinding, and all of the disparate threads that once were you fall dutifully back into place. You are whole again, and in your body, the same body you arrived in. The princess stands before you, her dress of skin more tattered than before, her face sullen.
It's all hollow. I ripped you to pieces. I broke your will, but it means nothing. I am forever a piece unfinished, a song with no refrain.
Sorry for being so quiet, I didn't know what to say during that sequence. Why did you keep me alive? I've been here so long, everyone is gone, there is no one else here. I can't feel anything anymore, but still here I'm watching. Well, there's nothing for you to say.
We're so different. How could I ever hope for you to understand me?
She stands, arms outstretched, neck craned, gaze transfixed on something unseen above you both.
But perhaps there is a way to grant you understanding. Perhaps there is a way to make myself whole once more.
You are unwound again. But it's different this time. Nothing slithers into your cells. You can feel something changing inside of you. But you see her changing too. Threads, strands of you, becoming pieces of something new. Something that's both you and her. Oh no, absolutely not. You have to stop this, do you hear me? You have to stop this, or the entire world ends.
But there is nothing left to stop anything. Your consciousness drifts towards hers.
Yes! Yes! See me as I have had to see you!
You do. You see a towering heart, wounded and alone, one that is familiar to you if distant.
No, this isn't right. I feel cold.
Tethers that attempted to form between you have snapped. Your union has been halted. Something has taken her away, and it's left something in her place. Oh man, I'm sorry for not saying much a little while ago, but it was almost quite mesmerising watching that sequence, as gory as it was. Oh, let's continue. Now we're going to waylace to our foe with our broken body.
Skin flayed and organs flapping, you charge
God.
towards the princess. That's right. She'll never stop us.
Still you defy your god! I've made the mistake of underestimating your resolve before! Never again!
You swing for her heart. What's left of you... explodes.
Oh.
So that's it. It's over. Just like that.
Of course it's over. It's been over since the very first moment we laid eyes on her.
This is the final note of your discordant melody. You will not return again, because you will live in that single tone forever.
No! No! It's not over! We're a god killer! We've returned from death itself twice!
Didn't you hear her? We're not dead.
What's the difference? From many perspectives, there isn't one. But functionally, that is, from your perspective, the difference is massive. You are entirely laid bare, spread to each corner of the room, yet you are wholly aware of the state you're in, incapable of movement, but entirely capable of perception. In fact, perceiving your state is the only thing you can currently do. You are preserved, perfectly, in the amber of her torment.
We're more than this. We've lost bodies before. We just have to lose this one and make another.
How are we supposed to lose this one? I can't do anything right now, she's not letting me. She's gonna get worse. She gets worse every time we get to a new cabin or shed this vessel. How are we supposed to lose this one?
I don't know. You're the one who makes things happen, so make it happen.
She's going to get worse.
Who said anything about getting to a new cabin? No, we make something new here.
It won't matter if you do. She'll just pull us apart again.
And preferably, we make something without him.
Time to shed myself.
Absolutely not. I refuse to let you just decide to die with your task unfinished. If you die here, the world is doomed.
But you do die. There is a great release as you lose your grip on what's left of your flesh and blood. And yet you are still here.
Your Honor, where the hell are you? Are you already at the Princess? This place is different. Rotten. Death all around us. I want to go back.
So you've returned already, and I remain here. Is this our final destination?
The Princess tilts her head to look at you, and with a gesture, you are unwound. Again? Already?
Clearly I left you with too much room last time. Perhaps this cell will hold you better.
You know what to do. Again.
Die again. Again you relinquish your body, and again you find yourself here, but somewhere else.
Your Honor, she's gorgeous.
Oh no, everyone's getting a turn.
Absolutely divine.
You, guy who describes things, you better start saying what we do this time.
And what are you doing?
Attacking her, obviously.
Right. You charge towards the Princess and...
There is no spark in you, only matter devoid of life.
you explode.
Again.
And again! You let yourself go, and you're living once more.
You're on a path. We are not on a fucking path. I have no idea where we are.
We're in the middle of a fight, so act like it.
So you are. Okay, you dive towards the princess and we're unwound. Yes, her head swivels creakily on her neck, fire in her eyes as your body unravels with blinding pain.
No!
Again.
Again! You have no body. You exist. You are reborn.
Your Honor,
No time. You narrate now.
Yes, of course. Pristine blade grasped firmly in your hands, you fly towards the princess before she can turn to face you. We might actually do it this time.
I can feel that body of yours slicing through the air. How many more times will I have to scatter you?
As she turns towards you, the very essence of your being begins to flake away. Your muscles, then organs, then nerves laid bare and screaming as the rest of you is stripped of substance.
Oh, boo-hoo. It's just a body.
It just needs to last long enough to sink this blade into her heart.
But it doesn't last. You are disintegrated. Everything goes dark.
But there is no you to die. What?
How many times do I need to pulverize you before you finally understand? You are nothing! An empty void that dared to dream it was alive!
That feels right.
If we're nothing, then why are we still here?
Because we always have been. If we're nothing, then how can we do anything?
Ah, my curse has changed again.
The same way we always have. Being nothing has never stopped us. Now end this. End her.
You cannot win if you cannot be!
End this. A force races towards the princess's exposed heart, threads of texture pulled from an all-encompassing nothing.
How? I've scattered the atoms you clung to and there was nothing there to find! You can't exist!
The threads pierce her heart and cradle her spirit.
It's over.
Oh, I think I understand you now. I'm sorry.
I didn't mean to do the things I did to you. I don't think I knew what I was doing.
She sounds genuine. They always do in the end.
It's cold, but I'm going to be okay, right?
This is another 2 endings now where the princess has apologised or realised she's made a mistake. We're going to revisit her again now, but I'm going to go back and replay it again. So instead of coming from the tower to her, we're going to come from the adversary instead. The choices so far have been the same, so I'm going to take it from here.
Our metaphorical mouth.
Oh, I didn't leave you a mouth, did I? It's better that way. Words get us nowhere.
Oh.
They aren't music. They aren't dance. They aren't feeling.
Your eye, held far outside your skull by a thin stalk of nerves and viscera, stares back at her in unblinking silence.
Let's see what meaning we can find together. Let's see what we're made of.
You are stretched into a line 12 feet long, then 24, then 48. The line gets thinner as you get longer. A mile. 2, 4, 8.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
Yes.
16, 32, 64.
No.
128.
I'm still here.
You are stretched.
We're spaghetti now.
And stretched until you are longer than the world itself. You wrap around it again and again and again. A tense line of microcosmic tissue held together by forces that are far too weak for the task they've been given.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
I'm going to stick around. As long as you need me to.
Aww.
And then the forces disappear. The bonds holding your cells together break. You are 30 trillion little pieces, all of them separate, and all of them falling.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
You sit in these 30 trillion places, each second passing in each of them before you arrive at the next. Each second passing as 1 million years. And so, you wait.
That's all I have.
And then all at once there is a great rewinding, and all of the disparate pieces that once were you fall dutifully back into place. You are whole again, and in your body, the body you had before all of this happened, and the princess sits against the wall, her dress of skin more tattered than before, her face sullen and disappointed.
You left me, and there's nothing I can do to bring you back.
She's just like us. A piece of her is missing.
I'm not gone, I'm right here.
So you are, and yet I still feel so alone.
All I did was stop the violence. You can stop it too.
After
Just leave with me.
everything I've done to you, you'd really take me with you?
Give her my hand.
Are you serious? You're just offering her your hand? You cross the room towards the princess, extending your hand to her. Her eyes, deep wells of buried sorrow, meet yours for a moment. You despicable fiend. And then she takes your hand in hers. You're going to end the world, don't you get it? I can't let that happen. I can't let you leave. I have to...
You can't stop us. We've been through enough. You don't scare us.
Fine.
Wow.
You and the princess climb the stairs out of the basement together, in silence.
It's okay. We're almost there.
I'm tired.
I know.
And then you cross the upstairs of the cabin to the door, which you open. And then you step outside and into the ruins of the world you left
behind. He's gone too. It's just the three of us now.
Is this the world? It's so cold.
Now we just have to slay her and leave her alone.
Right, the blade. After all of that, it's still here, waiting for you. You pick it up off the floor. The princess doesn't look up as you cross the room, nor does she look up as you bury the weapon in her heart.
Huh. I felt that. It's cold.
So did we.
After everything I've done to you, you'd really take me with you?
Nah.
I don't think either of us knows who we are.
You turn back towards the stairs, putting the princess forever out of your mind.
Alone.
Maybe going our separate ways is the only way things can ever get better. At least, this can be over.
Over? You do know that this really doesn't solve anything, right?
It doesn't have to solve anything.
But this isn't over. She'll find a way out. If you don't turn around and finish this right now, she'll bring about the end of the entire...
And he's gone too. It's just you and me now.
I feel so cold. Is it because you're gone?
This one is desecration. She placed the weight of her agony on you, yet it is she who unwound herself. There is passion and empathy buried under her unfeeling skin. She will make for a weathered heart.
I'll be seeing you next
Do
time.
not mourn her. She has finally found peace.
Drunk enough.